Hello guys, welcome. This is Deepika from wealthandhealthmastery.com, and in today's video we are going to review another very popular stock called Palantir. Should you buy, hold or sell the stock? And we are going to discuss all this in this particular video. So first of all, what does the company do? Palantir Technologies is a public American company that specializes in software platforms for big data analytics. They are headquartered in Denver, Colorado. Now let's look at Palantir's stock, what it has done so far, and also let's take a look at the earnings for Palantir. So as you can see here, currently Palantir is at $26.32. It is up 1% from yesterday, and you can see here from last 6 months it has gained 58%, and 1 year from today it has gained almost 70%, and from last 5 years it has gained almost 200%, which is 186%. So Palantir is doing very well in the last few months, but you can see here in 2022 and 2023 it had a downtrend where it was selling for only $10. Just an FYI, I do have Palantir stock in my portfolio and I'm planning to hold it for a few years. So as you can see here, it had a bad period between 2022 and 2023, but after 2023 it has started to pick up and now it is trailing at $26.33. Now let's take a look at their earnings. So the revenue has increased 20% year over year. The net income has increased by 528%. Diluted EPS has increased by 300%. Net profit margin has increased by 420%. Operating income has increased almost 2,000%, which is very good. Net change in cash has increased by 76%. And cost of revenue has increased by 8%. So you can see here, everything looks good, everything is in green, but revenue has only increased by 20.78%. And if you look at the PE ratio of Palantir, the Palantir PE ratio is 200 right at the moment, which makes it very expensive stock. So I'm not saying it's a bad stock or anything, but current PE ratio of Palantir is 200, which makes it a very expensive stock at the moment. And if you compare it with the industry standard, so if I go over to investing.com and if you look for the Palantir stock here, and if you go over to financials and ratios, you can see here if you compare it with how it is doing with the industry standards. So the PE ratio of the company is 193, which is around 200, but the industry standard is only 35.2, which makes it a very, very high PE ratio. So it makes it a very expensive stock. And you already looked at the revenue, it only increased by 20%. So it's not a lot of revenue increase. Price to sales is 24.69, whereas industry is only 8.86. Price to cash flow is 76.28 and industry is 27.61. Price to free cash flow is 89.86, where industry is only 72. So it is close to that. Price to book is 15.27 and industry is 11.8, which is also close. Price to tangible book is 14.94, whereas industry is 12.91. So the main concern here that I have is between these 3 points: the price to sales, price to cash, and PE ratio. PE ratio is around 200, which makes it a very expensive stock. Now going back to the earnings, you've seen that it did pretty well. And also it has beaten up the EPS by 4% and revenue by 2.71% in March of 2024, which is a good news. Now let's understand what the company does. So the company specializes in deep data analysis. What does that mean is it does a deep data search on millions of gigabytes of data. That is what its specialty is. It does a deep analysis on millions of gigabytes of data. So if you have to locate an individual or search an individual, all you need to provide is like their name and their license plate number, for example, and Palantir is going to do the rest. Palantir is going to find their criminal information, financial information, communication, all the secretive records related to that individual or to that target. So that is what Palantir specializes in. And Palantir's main revenue is coming from government contracts, and now they have slowly increased their commercial presence as well. They have clients like Manac, Airbus, Chrysler, etc. Now let's talk about some of the fun facts about Palantir. The company's tech helped locate Osama bin Laden in 2011, and it was also used to trace COVID-19 infections, track medical supply chains, and even predict outbreaks in pandemic hot zones. Think of the company as a search engine for deep analysis of petabytes, which is nothing but millions of gigabytes of data. They are also helped in the Ukraine-Russia war. They helped Ukraine. They are also helping Israel in the Israel situation these days. So they're doing a lot with the government. Now let's understand what are the different products of Palantir. So Palantir basically has three main products. One is called Gotham, the second is Foundry, and the third one we have is Apollo. Now Gotham is basically used by counterintelligence and Department of Defense, whereas the Foundry is used by commercial clients like Manac, Airbus, etc. And Apollo is a system that manages and deploys both Gotham and Foundry from a software standpoint. The Foundry platform distinguishes itself from its competitors through its ability to handle vast amounts of heterogeneous data. Data comes in all shapes and sizes, and depending on the business, the complexity can be even more diverse. Foundry has a unique ability to identify this data at a high rate of success. So that is about the Palantir as a company. Now let's understand what are the upcoming catalysts for the Palantir. The number one catalyst is, since Palantir has shown growth over the last couple of quarters, there is a chance that this company can get included in S&P 500, which is going to be a great news. I'm not sure when that is going to happen, but it might happen sooner than later. And the other important thing is, majority of people think that Palantir's majority revenue comes from government contracts. That is used to be true, but Palantir commercial revenue grew by 32% year over year and 13% quarter over quarter in their Q4 and also in their full year 2023 results. So that is a good news for Palantir. So Palantir is doing both. It is working with government and also getting government contracts, and also it is working in the commercial sector as well, which is going to be good for Palantir. Now the question comes up, should you buy the company stock or should you not buy the company stock? I personally have the stock, so I'm going to keep it for next few years. But if you have not made a position in Palantir stock, I will recommend you to hold it at this moment, because Zach also gives it a hold rating, and wait for a pullback. Do watch out for the stock, wait for a pullback, and whenever you see an opportunity, that is the point you should add this stock to your portfolio. So it is currently at a hold for me now, and also right now the PE ratio of Palantir is very, very high, which makes it a very expensive stock. So I hope you enjoyed my analysis on Palantir stock. I'm going to see you in the next video with another stock analysis. And also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do let me know what you think about Palantir stock. Do you think it is a buy or a hold or a sell in the comment section? And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so, so you do not miss any videos like this from the channel. Tomorrow I'm going to come up with another stock analysis, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye, take care.